My name's Elaine Brown and I'm a community researcher at Centric. I'd like to welcome you to our podcast. Today we'll be talking about how the cost of living is affecting finances and employment for those who have multiple long-term conditions. Residents from Lambeth and Southwark with these conditions came forward to take part in our creative research project. They will have worked together to create collages on barriers and future aspirations concerning their finances and employment. For those who don't know what a collage is, it's a collection of visual photos telling a story. Our participants even will be using assumed names to protect their identities and all of those who live with long-term conditions. It's defined as having 2 or more conditions of 3 months or longer. Firstly, I'm going to ask you, Miss Ambitious, why that name?
Hi, Miss Elaine, how are you?
I'm well.
So, Miss Ambitious, the name has come from a negative place turning into something positive, because in the sense of when I was younger, there was a lot of negativity, about, me not being smart or intelligent, or apparently I used to do really silly, stupid things. But I'm guessing it's just kiddie things, when you're just a kid, you just do kid things. And as you get older, you want to be seen differently. You want to be seen smarter, And I remember one particular lady who used to absolutely adore me used to say to me, "You're so ambitious, you're so ambitious." So I've decided not to see myself how, I guess, my family and some other people see me, but I want to see myself as how this lady saw me, which is with fresh eyes. And she always told me I was ambitious, and I also believe that I am also ambitious.
I think that's lovely.
Oh, thanks, Miss Elaine.
Someone saw something in you and you grabbed that.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for seeing that.
I'm going to ask you about the barriers and the aspirations that you have for your life. Okay? I'm going to start with the aspirations because that's where we want to be going.
Yeah. Yeah. So aspirations. I feel like I've got too many. Sometimes you just want to take over the world. I am by trade. I'm a hairdresser, so I work with my hands. I love people. I love clients. I love to talk to people. I think they're amazing. So I always want to be able to do something with that. Mm-hmm. But for me, it doesn't give me the financial freedom that I want, and it also doesn't give me the remote freedom that I want. So it means I have to stay one place at a time to make my money. But my ambitions is to travel the world, or at least to live in a warmer climate and still be able to make at least British pounds to be able to fund my lifestyle and look after my community. So that is my ambition.
Wow.
Thank you, Miss Elaine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you currently see flexible job opportunities in the employment market for someone with multiple long-term conditions?
I'm just going to say no. I'm just going to outright just say no, because even if there is huge barriers. For example, like I have issues with my legs. I can't go somewhere and stand up for a long period of time. Even if I wanted to retrain, I don't know, as an engineer, or if I wanted to retrain as, someone learning AI to be able to get a very good job, the money has to come from somewhere. And if I am not making enough money in my business, or if I'm not making enough money at work, how am I then able to sort of get to that level that I want to get to in a faster period? I don't mean takes me 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 10 years to get there. I mean within a few months, within 6 to 8 months, to be able to get this training, and pay for this training and be able to be working in that environment.
Right.
So I'll say no, I don't think it does.
So you're saying that your job but also your circumstances limit your opportunities
Yes.
to become the person that you want to be.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I think it definitely does. Yeah.
What support do you think you need to get to that financial goal?
I think mentorship is a great thing. I think in a community, people always need people to look up to. And with me, I always look up to people who are doing way better than me. So, you know, I used to have a few clients that are like nursery owners, but they own like 16 nurseries. You know, I have, you know, therapists, you know, clinical therapists, you know, and, you know, they obviously study for a certain amount of years, they've invested into themselves and they've achieved this now. People who are in property investment. So I feel like these days it's not so much community unless you go to find your community. You literally have to have this urge and this burn to want to learn how to do this. And you literally have to go and find this person. And then when you do find this person, they may be charging $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for you to be a student. And it's not always easy, especially when you're on universal credit and you have a child.
Ooh. How do you get around that? What other things can you do financially? Is there anything else that you can do? Have you thought of things that you can do?
Yeah,
Throwing them all at you at once.
Yeah, this is a great question, Miss Elaine, because you know, I've been signed off work and I can't work because of my health conditions, and I've been advised not to work because of my health conditions, but obviously you still need money coming in. So I have been looking into maybe some researches I can do, maybe some, you know, so you can answer some surveys online. Just to get a little bit of cash in. You can watch some stuff on Netflix, get a little 40 quid in. But these are things that you still have to put down as you're self-employed. You still have to put down as income. And you know, if you pass a certain threshold, as a lot of you know in here, when you pass a certain threshold, that will be taxed. So it's like it's still at a disadvantage because you're not making enough money, and what you are making is just only enough to live on. And if you make more than that, then you're going to be taxed on it. So it still makes it quite hard because it's not like where the government is offering, I don't know, 6 months to learn 6 months to learn a trade, you know, for free. Let's, you know, go and learn how to do bricklaying, or go and learn how to do, you know, learn how to use these AI systems, because everyone's saying all these things are changing and people are not going to have jobs soon. But who's helping us to be able to equip ourselves with skills? Who's training us to be able to, so that we do have a job in the future, you know? So it's like it seems quite daunting because you hear of everything changing, but then what is being put in place to help the normal common human being to rise and to surpass what's going on, really? What do you think, Miss Elaine? Do you think?
I think I'm just wondering, what would you like to achieve?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to be in terms of that relationship with your finances?
I would love to be at a stage where I am investing fully into myself, where I am good at budgeting, where I would go to maybe, you know, someone could sit down with me and be like, all right, cool. What would you buy? You know, this is your shopping list for the week. And then she can show me, okay, cool, well, you can get this at Lidl. You can get these things, you know, much cheaper at this place if you just, change your shopping habits. Maybe if you put, 25 quid away each week, maybe you put your daughter's, what's that thing called? Benefits, child benefit away, then you can have this amount of money, just show me how to budget. I don't have a mum in this country, so who do I turn to? I don't have a dad in this country either, so it's like, who's going to teach me how to, it's probably really silly me saying this at 35, but who's going to teach me how to be a woman? Who's going to teach me how to be a responsible woman? Who's going to, I have to then now teach this to my child, but I'm literally looking at other people, watching things on YouTube, listening to podcasts about relationships, about, give and take, about budgeting and but this information is just up in the air. It's just everywhere. There's no guidance. There's no guidelines. It's just you sink or you swim. What do you think? Do you think I'm on the right page, or am I like far-fetched? Is my head in the clouds? Am I being really unrealistic about how I'm feeling?
I think that many of us growing up are held back by circumstances. It could be financial circumstances, it could be housing, it could be relationships, could be ailments that hold us back. And I'm hearing you say that you live here without family support, immediate family support.
Yes.
And I think I'm just wondering, where do you go to for support? Because generally speaking, we're not actually brought up to reach out to others.
Wow, that's profound. What you just said was absolutely profound. We're not brought up to reach out to others. That's actually quite sad, because as a community we actually need each other, and as human beings we actually need each other. So that's why I'm actually grateful for what I used to do before, which is actually really sad that, you know, I feel sad that I'm in a situation where I can't actually do my job anymore. Because I used to work with people, I would get that my validation from people. Right. I would get my validation from my clients. Right. So if I'm struggling with something, I would speak to one of my clients I absolutely trust about this, and they would let me know, you can do this, you know, this is what you can't do, this is what makes sense, you know, let's try this, and the next time I see you, we can review it. So my clients used to actually hold me accountable, because I didn't have a mother or a father, or, you know, in this country that can give me that support. And even if they were in this country, would they even give me that support because of what you just said? Because apparently we're not brought up to ask, we're not brought up to, you know, to really want that help. I think you're just, you know, as I said before, just pushed out at 18, and then it's like, there you go. Like one of my little cousins said to me the other day, I went to uni, he dropped out of uni in year 3, and everybody was like, that's the most silliest thing you could have ever done. Why did you do that? And he said, because no one warned me. No one told me it was going to be so hard. No one told me I was going to be so broke. No one told me I was going to eat crap every day and eat noodles, 15p noodles. He was like, I've had enough. I'm going to forget about this, and I'm going to just do music. And he's just, gone back living at home with mum and stuff like that. So it's hard for everybody, because as you said, we're not trained, we're not taught, okay, be aware of this. You're going to go into university, you might be broke for a little bit, you know, work on your budgeting, you know, as your parent, I may send you 20 quid a week to be able to, you know, this is just for food, or no, this is just for, you know, travel or whatever it is. There's no support. So it's like, what are we going to do? We're literally sinking or swimming. We're doing it all on our own. So yeah, that's what I'm a little bit kind of like disgruntled about, because, you know, when I was younger, they said to me, you know, when I was 16, they said to me I had dyslexia. I thought, okay, I always knew there was something wrong with me, because, you know, I get a bit excited, and then when they're talking to me in class, you know, and they're asking me to read, I don't want to read. I'm very like, you know, get really anxious in my head, and I memorize it quickly, and then I'll read it. So I always knew there was something wrong with me. But that particular person who had my assessment told me, this is what you have to do to overcome it. You take your time, you read a lot more, you get books, you listen to podcasts, you listen to stories, and then you learn big words. And you just grow in your confidence. And once you've grown your confidence, people will notice that you are dyslexic. And that's what helped me to push past and go get jobs as salon managers, and just really to try and get there. I had a crazy self-belief. It was almost insane until I hurt myself. Yeah.
What's your biggest goal?
My biggest goal, miscellaneous, mad because I've got so many, but the biggest one is to retire in a warmer climate and be able to work remote. So to be able to make British pounds, but be in a country where I can maximize and obviously help my community as well, because I don't want to be somewhere where I'm just taking off that land and I'm not giving back to the people around me. So
why is that important?
Because that's what I want. Because I'm looking for a mentor, because I'm looking for a community. So if I can't get my community, eventually I'm just going to create it. And that's just a burning feeling. That's just a burning feeling. If you don't get it, then you have to make it, because you have to be what you want. Like, if I don't have that, then I'd be that person. I embody that woman that I want to be.
I hear you.
Yeah. What do you think, Miss Elaine? I love that smile on your face, by the way. It's very delightful.
what I hear and what I see is an enormous amount of tenacity.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Somebody who's really trying to just push things through.
Yes. From the beginning, from when they told me I was dyslexic, I just wanted to just push past. I don't want anyone to notice. Even though I say it and I make a joke about it, and my daughter always says, "Oh, mummy, you can't read that because you're dyslexic." And I go, "Well, it's amazing that you can read and you're 9, because when I was 9, whew, couldn't ask me to read, boy. I'll hide, I'll cry, like, can I go toilet?" So, and I don't mind that she knows this, because it actually empowers me. I know some parents think, "Oh, your children is going to make you feel small because they can be more smarter than you and all that stuff," but I'm a really big believer in the Lord, in the Christian Bible, and it says that the suckling will reveal unto the parent. So it means that she's going to be smarter than me one day anyway, and she's going to reveal stuff onto me, and I accept that, because I wanted to be more smarter than me. I wanted to teach me, and whatever I can teach her, then that's also a bonus as well, So definitely.
That sounds like an excellent, I'd say, relationship, but an excellent way of thinking of things.
Yeah.
In terms of, none of us are perfect,
Yeah.
none of us are that great, but I recognise that there is help, and even from a child.
Yes.
And there is something there about the, is it lambs leading lions?
Yeah. Because they're just so innocent and they're so beautiful, and they look at the world so differently. So you just have to be like, I remember when I was like that. I remember when I used to be like, "Oh, the world's so cool," and then you get up and you get older and you're just like, "Oh, it's scary and it's so everyone's horrible." But as I said, I have like a little bit of an insane way of belief of thinking of, is like, you think past it. It's like, it doesn't matter if it's crap, you're still going to make it better. It doesn't matter if it's, you don't have this, you're still going to make it better. And it's like, you have to tell yourself, because if you don't, then you're just going to wallow in this, "Oh, woe is me, everything's just expensive, oh, I can't afford that, or I can't afford this." But I guess you just have to get your mind right first.
I think you have just been reading mine, because I was literally thinking, where do you get that ambition from? Because this is where you are. You are at a lower stage. You are on benefits.
Yes.
You've come down from your higher status.
Yeah. With a crash, literally.
What steps will you take?
Okay.
So literally, I'm looking forward.
Yes.
What steps will you take to get back?
My first step is saving whatever I can. So in my country, there's a saying called "ban your belly." Ban your belly. So basically, it means that you live within your means and you get what you need. So if my budget for food shopping that week, before maybe it was like £50, then now I know it needs to be £40, and I need to be able to, as I said before, rather than shop at Sainsbury's, that's going to cost me this amount of money, I need to go shop at Lidl and reduce it, so I can actually do save. I do have a few different savings accounts. Maybe I can see which one is the best one to save in, look for the interests, which one provides more interest if you leave it in longer. With these apps, they do encourage you to get to your saving goals. So now I literally just, because I have this ambition, I just need to now put money aside so I can achieve that. So that's the first thing.
You were laughing when you said, "I have this ambition," as if it's almost something that you are embarrassed about.
I won't say I'm embarrassed about. I'm definitely not embarrassed about. I think it's something that's amazing. It's going to benefit a lot of people, not just me. But I also have, as I said, I've got barriers. I had limiting beliefs, and I'm still working on these limiting beliefs. Yes. And, you can hear by the way I speak sometimes. Like as I was saying before, when I used to have my clients, I would speak to them about, how we feel and what you want to do and how you want to change your life, and they will always support. But then you have a one friend that you told them your dream, you told them your ambitions and your goals, and then they just look at you like, that's not achievable. Like, but how are you going to do this? Right. So I guess when I was talking to you just now, I had that one friend in my head saying to me, when I said to you about banning your belly, I just remember my friend saying to me, "But you have no food in your house." In that particular way. Okay, right. You're going to ban your belly, but what are you going to feed your child? But I remember when I was younger, I just grew up on bread. Am I dead? We ate bread every day. One of my friends mocked me the other day. She was like, when you was younger, we used to come to your house. All you guys had was bread and ketchup. Remember? But we're still alive. We didn't die. We had big bellies, yeah, because of the gluten. But we're still here. So sacrifice, sacrifice is very important. And I think a lot of people don't realize, okay, if your mate is sacrificing, you don't see the bigger picture. You just be like, oh, why are you in this situation? Why are you letting yourself go through that? Why are you putting yourself through that? But you don't see my bigger picture. My bigger picture is to have, another life in another country, living remotely, making these British pounds and having a big house and stuff. So that's what I want to do. And whilst I'm there, I also want to have the community and give back to the community and have things for the community as well. So yes, it is going to happen. And I know that I do have to push past it, but I'm human like everybody else. And even though I feel great about the things that I want to do, sometimes I'm like, but is it even possible?
Who picks you up? What picks you up when you're having those down times? Because I think we all have them.
Yeah.
We all get over them.
Yeah.
But I'm curious as to what strategies, what helps you?
Yeah. I've got a few strategies that helps me pick me up. So when I'm feeling very, very depressed, I just go through it. I go through the motions. And I have a way where when I feel really sad, I just go into my bed and I just cover up and I meditate. I just turn that into meditation. And after it turns into meditation, and then it turns into a little bit of thanksgiving because you're alive. Fair enough, it feels a bit shit right now, but you're alive. So once you're alive and you're breathing, what next could you do? And then when you start to think like that, then good things, solutions, thoughts of solutions start to come in your brain. You think, oh, maybe I should, go tomorrow, or maybe I should give this person a call, maybe I should do a follow-up with that, or maybe I should, something comes into your head.
Right.
Yeah, so it's about kind of like knowing yourself and knowing what you're capable of and knowing what your limitations are as well. So that's one of my coping mechanisms. I just go to bed, even though one of my friends said, you can't bury your head in the sand like an ostrich when things are going wrong, but that's just my coping mechanism. My bed is what makes me feel like I can handle.
It's a temporary solution.
And this literally is. It's only for a few hours and then you're back up again.
I look at it almost as being a child. When children cry, what do? We pick them up and we hold them to us close.
Yeah.
And in a sense, going to bed and holding yourself close is a similar thing. That's what we do until the sensation passes.
Yeah, self-soothing.
And the child in your arms, ultimately, because you're patting them or talking to them nicely or whatever it is, or even ignoring them, but they're being held. And that bed, those covers hold you and allow you to think. Yes, and to cry as well sometimes, but it allows you to think and realise what it is you are doing and then take in a different stance.
Yeah. Definitely. Miss Elaine, you're going to make me cry. Why are you going to make me cry on the podcast, Miss Elaine?
That's not intentional. I'll let you.
So another one of my coping mechanisms is my religion. It means so much to me as well. I feel like without my religion, I would literally be nothing. I feel like it holds me accountable. It holds my emotions accountable and it lets me know that I don't have to do it all in my own will. That I can actually push the will outside of me. I can push it up and outside of me. Some people are like, well, look inside yourself. God is in yourself. Some people see God in themselves and some people see God outwards. Everything is everything. It's okay. So that's another thing. I was brought up a Christian. My mum and dad are Rastafarians, but we read the Bible. So if there's anything that, I'm stuck on or I feel really crap about, I try to look for the word.
Yes.
Yeah, to make me feel more secure or like I can push through a little bit longer. Makes you feel loved, really.
I'm looking at the thing that's coming into my head is who would be best placed to provide you with support. But I think in many ways you've actually just said it to me. Yeah. It's both internal and external.
Yeah.
Because you obviously need to do the work yourself.
Yes, I agree.
But your support seems to come essentially from your faith.
Yeah.
And your determination, I would suggest, to overcome some of the obstacles that others have put in your way in the past.
100%. Yeah. I agree. Because you hear it. You literally hear it. When you're feeling crap, you'll be like, you hear your parents say, oh, you're so stupid, or you're just dumb, or you're not smart, or, do you know what I mean? And it's like, I am. But I am smart, and I'm not dumb, and I can make money, and I can do these things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
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 Well done.
Miss Elaine. I knew he was going to pull it out of me today.
I think you're doing amazingly well. I'm going to ask you one more question, which is very simply, what changes do you need to be at your best in employment? So when you get this dream job, describe you.
Describe me. Hardworking. Attending all the events. Doing the work. Doing all the steps I need to do to be able to get to where I need to get to. So whether it means, investing the money and doing the work, doing the footwork, printing out what you need to print out, posting things through people's houses and letterboxes, sending emails, doing call follow-ups, partnering with somebody else. And I've already met a few people who are really eager to partner as well, young women who are absolutely eager to partner, a couple of Muslim women who are smashing it, absolutely smashing it, and they want me to be a part of their team. But I'm like, I haven't even started yet. But then, like, when you do, let us know, because we're ready for you. So, having people to hold me accountable and me to hold them accountable as well. Instead of, before I used to be doing hair up until 11, 12 o'clock at night, now I actually be looking for specific projects. So what my clients are looking for. So if I have a client B that wants property A, I have to be the person to go and source out what B is looking for and match that up. So I will push myself to be able to break those barriers. I want them to look at me and be like, she done it really quickly. She's the person that done it quick enough because I want it so badly.
Right.
Yeah. So I see myself working, because I'm not shy from working hard, because I've been self-employed since 2017. So I do the work. I hold myself accountable. I just need to shift that into a different area now that will make more money. Yeah. So yes, Cecily.
I'm going to stop.
Okay.
And stop putting you under under pressure, but also I think both of us have benefited from this conversation and your sense of direction.
Definitely. Yeah.
And it's very clear that you want this very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience today. And thank you for your honesty in this interview.
Thank you, Miss Elaine. You've been amazing.